the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for joining me here tonight at Bristol. And if you're wondering who I am, my name is KR Stolfus, and if you're wondering what you're watching, well, that's the Next Gen Old School Racing Series, as they do their throwback to the 1987 Cup cars right here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the last Coliseum. And I'll tell you what, these drivers have been really up on the wheel trying to figure out how to slice and dice this car around this speedway. We are getting ready to roll into qualifying here. So far, our fastest driver in this practice session shouldn't come as a surprise. That is Steve Baker in the 55. As we switch over to our qualifying session, I want to make sure everyone knows tonight is the Lucky Finn Project 175. It is going to be an outstanding race all night long. Short track racing action. Everything you could hope for right here. We got some beautiful looking race cars out on the track. We have the last great Coliseum. And Mitchell Snare in the 43 making his way out onto the track for his qualifying time. All the fans of Mitchell Snare will be glad to know that this young man has found a way to put himself second place in the points coming into tonight. That 43 machine is a man on a mission. Your points leader coming into tonight? Well, that is the 6 of Eric Blount, and he is the guy that everyone is looking at right now. He is putting together an outstanding season. And we only have, I believe, 2 races, if I can do math correctly. 3, if you count this race and you carry the R and subtract the 2, there's 3 races left. And so Eric Blount in the 6, shutting it down from his qualifying time. Mitchell Snare sitting on top of the leaderboard. Steve Baker in the 55 rolling into second spot for the moment. Baker picking up the last 2 wins. He's got 3 on the season. He's looking for another one. A lot of drivers already posting some times. They all did it very, very quickly. Tim Lee in the 22 machine. Tim Lee puts a 5th quick lap time in, a great qualifying effort for the 22 machine. So as the 22 continues to roll around, throwback paint scheme here, that is the 68 of Bobby Camden. Beautiful paint scheme there, and that thing should stir some memories for quite a few of the fans here for these 1987 cars. One driver in particular I have in mind, that is Darrell Waltrip, but he was not the only one to drive this 68 car. Gets a little sideways and locks it down. But tonight is the Lucky Finn Project. And let's see.
Oval.
Oh, sorry, Troy. How you doing, bud?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I was hoping you were going to qualify or not qualify it because I don't know if I should interview you now.
Yeah, I got about 2 minutes here. I'm not going to be qualifying, so.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. Let it rip, Troy, because this is the Lucky Finn Project 175. And this is, as you know, each driver kind of supports a race of their choice. And this one happens to be yours tonight.
Absolutely. Always a special one for me. Track it is Lucky Finn Project affects personally. We actually have our youngest son was born with a limb difference, and we called on to Lucky Finn Project. They provide a lot of support and information for people that are in the limb difference community. So awesome group to work with. I know that they were even they're proud to have us running for them too. They were shooting everything out on Twitter the other day, and really promoting what we're doing as well as what they're doing. So pretty awesome, but really good group of people. Definitely go out, check them out if you have any questions or anything like that. Feel free to, anybody can shoot me a message. I'll be happy to help out in any way I can.
Well, Troy, I know I'm catching you out a little bit here as you do have to roll into your admin duties, but this Lucky Finn Project, near and dear to your heart, the race coming up here, what can we expect from the driver of the 94, and do you have that little bit of extra motivation here tonight?
I mean, always, man. Right now, I'm in a pretty bad slump. The last 6 league races, I've got wrecked out of 5 of them. So my expectations are pretty low as far as what's going to happen here tonight for me. But I always love Bristol. Bristol's it's been a track that I've always had a lot of speed, but a lot of bad luck. So I try to keep expectations down just because of that. But I always love running here.
All right, Troy. Well, man, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. We know you got to get back to quote unquote work. And, man, good luck tonight. And we'd love to hear more about the Lucky Finn Project, especially from Victory Lane.
Yep. Thank you, bud.
That is Troy Radford, the driver of the 94 machine. And tonight, he is our race patron here. So we're going to see how well he can do. So, drivers meeting is underway, and we are going to fire this one off with our national anthems as we honor both countries being represented here tonight. We do have a lone Canadian, and if you are wondering, yes, he does pay me in maple syrup just to play his national anthem. So everyone, please join me as we honor both countries here tonight. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are starting to take to the grid here tonight for our Lucky Finn Project 175, and that means it is time to start rolling right into this one. On the inside of row number 1, your quick time qualifier with a 15.319. That is Mitchell Snare. On his outside, one of the hottest drivers for the moment, that is the 55 of Steve Baker. Dustin Ping on the inside of row number 2, and Eric Blount, your points leader, coming into tonight with an excellent starting spot. He finds himself on the outside of row number 2. Row number 3 going to be the 22 of Tim Lee and Damon Cox in the 57 machine on the outside of row number 3. Row 4 will be Gordon Larson in the 01, and then Brian Littleton in the 80 machine on his outside. Jason Gardner in the 93 on the inside of row number 5. Bruce Pearson in the 25 machine on the outside of row 5. Row number 6 going to be Tim Woodson Woody and Todd Willis in the 14 on the outside. A lot of Ford and Chevy drivers here tonight, but one driver who I always make a special exemption for, no matter what happens, and that's because I do get that good maple syrup. That is Derek Robinson in the 58. He is from Canada, our lone Canadian here tonight. He's going to be starting on the inside of row number 7. Bobby Candom on his outside. Row number 8, Gary Ragland in the 11, and Ray Radford in the 47 machine. Travis Smith and Troy Radford going to make up row number 9. Row number 10 will be Chris Mefford in the 44 and Brian Beach in the 18. And one of our last few rows here tonight, Doug Wysocki in the 34, the 83 of Brandon Mefford. That is going to be our 22 car field here tonight. So the 43 of Mitchell Snare earning a pole position here tonight. Steve Baker on his outside as we get ready to fire him off. This is going to be a really awesome time here at Bristol. The Lucky Finn Project 175 in the hands of Mitchell Snare. And here we go as the green flag comes out. Snare on the inside, Steve Baker on the outside. Baker with a good run down the backstretch, but he's going to send it high, wide, and handsome into 3 and 4, and Steve Baker takes the race lead away from the 43 machine. So Steve Baker to the early race lead. Mitchell Snare in the 43 going to slot into second. Dustin Ping sitting in third. Your points leader coming into tonight's race, that is the 6 of Eric Blount. He finds himself in fourth, and Tim Lee right now holding on to a 5th spot. And Tim Lee throwing all kinds of sparks, and there have been a whole lot of sparks out of these cars as they work their way through the corners here tonight at this very high speed half mile. Those sparks really coming from the fact that these cars squished down into the track. And Dustin Ping in the 1 had a huge run. I thought maybe he was going to try and take the lead there, but he is working that high, wide, and handsome line, and he has gotten to the outside of Steve Baker. So Dustin Ping, your new race leader. Fastest lap of the race right now. That goes to Derek Robinson with a 15.85. So Robinson on the move. We'll see if he can find a way to work his way forward. He's already gained 2 spots since the start of this race. Dustin Ping, however, has gained 2 spots as well and has found himself in clean air. And doing what he needs to do right now is that 1 machine looking like it is on rails. He is pulling away. Let's get on board with this 1. You can see he is digging hard here. Put a gap on Steve Baker. Right now it is sitting at 0.7. So as Dustin Ping continues to lead, Baker falling back just a little bit. Dustin Ping really digging hard here. You got to wonder what he is doing to his tires and how long can he keep up a very hard pace here at Bristol. Because I'm going to tell you, Bristol, one of those tracks where you can really go out and rip it as hard as you would like, and you can lay down some bangers. If you're not careful while you're laying down those bangers, if we get into a long green flag situation, we're going to start falling back. And Dustin Ping, a good driver here, so we'll see if he has figured something out or if those tires are going to give up on him. But right now, he is a man on a mission, and he is pulling away. That one already catching up to lap traffic. First car, and he is about ready to put a lap down. That is the Mountain Dew 68 of Bobby Camden. Bobby staying down to the inside for the moment. Ping goes right up to the wall. He is making this look easy. So Ping putting the first car one lap down. That is on lap 14. $16 seconds to get around this half-mile track. That is flat out getting it. I'll tell you, the last time I ran a half mile, I think it took me like a minute, and these guys are doing it in 16 seconds. Now, half mile, what is half mile? It was like 3 minutes. Sorry, I can do math and tell time on days that are not Wednesday. So Ping, your race leader, Steve Baker has started to reel him back in. Baker running the high, wide, and handsome line. Ping has smacked the wall a couple of times, so maybe he's knocked the toe out of that car, slowed it down a little bit, but continuing to dig hard as he goes back to the high side and stealing that line away from the 55 of Steve Baker, trying to keep the air off the front end of that car and make Baker work for it. And you see Ping there really washed up and smacked the wall a little bit. So Baker is caught back up to the one machine, but can Baker find a way around the one? So right now, Steve, as the one gets into the wall a little bit there, but Steve a little bit faster. He is going to take a peek to the inside, and Dustin Ping is going to let him have it. So Dustin Ping gives up the race lead without much of a fight. I got to tell you, that is a smart move by the one right here, as we are very early in this race. Why try and hammer something out amongst yourselves when it will just slow all of you down? Then you get back after it here, and a couple laps later, see what maybe develops that one machine. We know he is capable of some very quick speed. We'll see if he can get it done here. Derek Robinson still holding on to the fastest lap of the race with that 15.85. Our leader last time around earned a 16.97. His best lap is a 16.04. So the fall off really starting to happen here on these 1987 Cup cars. And with that fall off, drivers are going to be looking for tires, more tires, if you will. Our tire sets here tonight, they are limited. And in fact, everyone will have 4 sets of tires here tonight. One set already on the car, so they can come down pit road and take 3 pit stops for 4 tires. at this point. So Baker in the 55. Your race leader, we're already 26 laps into this 175 lap race. As Baker flashes by the start finish line up to that high, wide, and handsome line, he is making this look easy, and that is a common line here at Bristol on this iRacing service. And what that means is a lot of drivers running that line, but once it starts to heat up, we might see these guys drift a little bit lower to try and look for some grip, as we got one car pointed the wrong direction. That is Gary Ragland in the 11 machine. He is still down there. He is trying to find if he can get onto the track, and I think he is just going to have to exit out that or risk a yellow. And the 11 machine is weighing those options. He's not going to find an opening. We are in the conveyor belt of Bristol. And here we go. We're going to try and he pulls in front of the 34 of Doug Wysocki, and the yellow flag is going to come out. Doug Wysocki up and over into pit lane. Tough break for Doug there. As the yellow does come out, let's take a look at the 34. You can see the 11 of Gary Ragland. Thought maybe he was going to have an opening here, and it just did not work out. When you're at Bristol, you just got to exit out. If you're trying to be safe, then you need to just exit out. As we watch Doug Wysocki go up and over the wall here. Take one more look at this one. And Gary's sitting on, down at the bottom. He was trying to be careful. He was trying to do the right thing, but in the end, it just cost the 68 of Bobby Camden. Gonna send Doug Wysocki up and over. We have our first caution of the night. Field has caught up behind the pace truck. There are only 3 races left in this season, if you count this one. We go to Rockingham next week, and then we wrap the season up at Atlanta. So 2 races after Bristol, Rockingham and Atlanta Motor Speedway. And Rockingham, one of my second to third favorite tracks, depends on how well I finish there at Rockingham. But it is always a good time when we go there, especially with these 87 Cup cars. I look forward to that one. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been enjoying this season with these Cup cars. This is the 55 of Steve Baker pulling down to the inside. Something has happened to our race leader, Steve Baker, pulling to a stop here at the end of a pit wall. Todd Willis has also spun around, so not 100% sure what is going on. That is going to put Dustin Ping back into the race lead. And Steve Baker is pulled onto pit road. So issues for the 55 from the race lead. That is a big issue here tonight. Baker maybe going to try and roll out here, but he is about ready to lose a lap. The 1 of Dustin Ping, the 43 of Mitchell Snare, making their way down the backstretch as we get ready to stack them up side by side. We're going to fire them off and get this race back underway. And Dustin Ping wastes no time in the 1 machine, jumping out to the lead here on the restart. Eric Blount in the 6, taking a look down to the inside. Mitchell Snare in the 43 has the preferred line for the moment. He got that momentum down the straightaway, but now Mitchell's starting to look down to the inside. Eric Blount was already there. And Tim Lee in the 22 machine getting sideways, saves it and rejoins the race. Big moment there for Tim Lee. Take a look at this one. Tim Lee got sideways, went for a little bit of a slide, saves it and gets rolling. But he has lost a lot of ground. He finds himself in 14th spot. Your race leader is the one of Dustin Ping. Mitchell Snare now in 2nd. 3rd, Eric Blount. Damon Cox in the 57 machine. I don't know if anyone told him or not. He is currently in 4th place, and he does not belong up there. That is a driver who belongs in last place, and here he is, proving me wrong. Solid effort so far by this 57 as he is sitting in 4th. Right behind him, that is Gordon Larson in the 01 machine, and Larson trying to find some momentum, trying to find a rhythm that works for him. Larson, a member of Hard Line Racing. He is teammates with Derek Robinson and Eric Blount. So the 01 in good company. Right now he is sitting in 5th spot. That is Brian Littleton right behind him. Let's take a ride on aboard with Brian Littleton as we use our gyro cam here at Bristol. Larson into the wall in the 01. That's going to slow him down. That allows Brian Littleton the opportunity to make the move down to the inside and make the pass. So Littleton now moves into the top 5. But Larson battling back hard on this outside lane. One driver we haven't talked a whole lot about, that is the driver in the 94 machine, the one who is tonight's race patron. Did not take a qualifying time, and he has moved 11 spots forward since this green flag came out for the first time. 47 laps, 11, now make it 12 positions as he is trying to work his way around Brian Littleton and Troy Radford in that Lucky Finn Project 94 machine. Going to make the pass on Gordon Larson as well. One person that is trying to follow in the tire tracks of the 94, well, that is the 44, Chris Mefford. Mefford already picked up 1 win on the season. Had a good season going and then kind of fell off the map. Life got in the way. And it was literally life getting in the way. So here he is, Chris Mefford in the 44 machine. Finding himself following behind Troy Radford. Both of these drivers have gained 13 spots so far here tonight, and they have worked their way forward with just 1 caution. Now they're trying to close in on the race leader. They find themselves just about 3 seconds behind our race leader. Not a bad place to be. 51 laps of racing being worked over here. Dustin Ping out in front. He leads Mitchell Snare in the 43 by 0.8 seconds. Mitchell Snare having to deal with Eric Blount in the 6. You see that red, white, and blue Valvoline machine looking to the inside of the white and yellow. Blount in the 6. Oh, he's got the spot for the moment. Can he make it stick up off the corner? Mitchell Snare had to lift a little bit there, and that is going to put the 6 of Blount in the second spot. Now, can Eric Blount find a way to chase down our race leader and take over the top spot from the 1 of Dustin Pink? Yellow flag coming out, and you'll have to bear with me as I do not know what this yellow flag is for, and I think maybe I have found it. The 18 of Brian Beach. Gonna take a look here. Brian Beach in the 18. Oh, and the 93 get together. That is also Jason Gardner and the 25 machine of Bruce Pearson. Take another look at this one. The 3 and 4 wide here at Bristol is just not gonna work. Yellow flag coming out for the second time. I think we are going to find a lot of drivers hitting pit lane as soon as pit road opens up. Dustin Ping making his way down and around pit lane. Eric Blount in the 6 deciding to stay out. All right, so several drivers did come down pit road, but Eric Blount, your race leader, electing to stay out. Tim Woodson in the 40 machine, your second place driver right now. Troy Radford in the 94, who had made a pit stop, comes out in third. Chris Mefford in the 44 right behind him. So we're going to see some fresh tires near the front of the field. Good opportunity to take some notes. Eric Blount has not been on pit road. So with that 6 machine not coming down pit lane and the 94 Troy Radford on 4 fresh tires, we're going to see just how fast these cars have changed in 59 laps as the lights go out on the Chevy Silverado. "22 cars started the race here tonight. Right now we have 1 car out of the race for sure. The green flag comes out. Eric Blount in the 6th. The 94 Troy Radford sail off into turn number 1. Blount trying to outrun the 94 who has fresh tires in the 6. Running on older tires, he is making this look easy for the moment. The 6 machine out in front doing an outstanding job. Troy Radford trying to close in. Sparks fly off of these race cars. They cross the start-finish line. Troy Radford really closes in on the 6. He's going to get a good run as he pulls down to the inside. Eric Blount going to have to give the spot down to the bottom for the 94, and so Troy Radford in the 94 machine picks up the race lead. Now Brian Littleton able to get by. But Brian Littleton moving into second. Eric Blount falling to third. And our race patron here tonight, your race leader, Troy Radford, picked up a win earlier this season, the opening race to kick off this season. Now he finds himself out in front once again, but Brian Littleton in the 80 trying to reel him in. I do want to point out a little bit of housekeeping here tonight. We did start 22 cars, but we have some drivers who are no longer being scored. One of those being Gary Ragland, Doug Wysocki, Todd Willis, Steve Baker, all find themselves sitting on pit road. Jason Gardner has been sitting on pit lane, as well as Brian Beach. Bobby Camden in the 68 machine is out on track. He's quite a few laps down, and he is trying to gain positions here. So a lot of cars off the lead lap here. A lot of cars torn up and falling out of this race. Jason Gardner chiming in. Said he was checking up for a car that hit the wall. No room for error. Totally agree. This is Bristol, and it is a very fast track. Got to be lucky. Got to be good. Stephen Baker chiming in. His VR headset went black. That's not good, Baker. Hope you get it going and get back out there, I guess. I don't know. I don't have VR. What do you do when your headset goes black? Do you hit it with a hammer? What I do. That clearly is going to fix it. So Brian Littleton still trying to chase down Troy Radford, but the battle for third and a fourth. Right now, that is the 44 of Chris Mefford and the 22 of Tim Lee. Tim Lee went for a little bit of a slide not too long ago. But here he is sitting in a fourth spot. Right behind him is Damon Cox in the 57 machine. He's still holding on to a top 5 spot. That 57 looks like maybe he is hungry for a podium finish. '47 machine. That is Ray Radford. Finds himself several laps down. It's the 57 of Damon Cox. Still following behind the 22. Your race leader continues to be the 94 Troy Radford, as he is out in front. Brian Littleton in the 80 machine. Still trying to reel him in, but so far Brian Littleton not able to get super close to him as we go on board with the 80. Got a lot of white, red, and blue on this paint scheme. As Littleton rolls into the throttle. These 87 Cup cars here at Bristol require a lot of patience. And I just realized we never went over the race info, so let's take a quick look at this one here tonight. Our Lucky Finn Project 175 has absolutely perfect weather, which is really weird because Bristol isn't always perfect weather. Y'all remember the time it snowed out? That was a good time. That was a good time. It is Bristol, baby. Drivers need lots and lots of patience, miles and miles of heart. They need lots of patience. You got to keep your car clean. And don't forget, you got to be patient. So Troy Radford in the 94, your race leader. Brian Littleton in second. Chris Mefford sitting in third in that 44 machine. Tim Lee finding himself fourth. And fifth place goes to Damon Cox for the moment. Brandon Mefford in the 83, sitting in sixth. We haven't talked a whole lot about Brandon Mefford in that 83 machine. But Brandon putting together a quiet season. Enjoying his time out on the track for sure, but the 83 right now finding himself in sixth. Then it's time to talk about the driver in the 58 machine. Got his maple syrup in the fuel tank. He does not use gasoline. He uses maple syrup, and in fact, it does help remove snow as he has been digging out because he is all the way from Canada. The 58, Derek Robinson sitting in seventh spot. Eighth place going to your pole sitter. That is the 43 of Mitchell Snare. Mitchell falling back a little bit after starting this race from pole position. He finds himself in eighth. So a long pit stop cost him some positions, but the 43 looks like he's struggling just a little bit here at Bristol tonight. And then ninth place goes to your points leader coming into this race here at Bristol. That is the 6 of Eric Blount, as he tries to work the 93 over in that 93 machine of Jason Gardner. Multiple laps down, Eric Blount on the lead lap. And then the first car 1 lap down, that is Tim Woodson in the 40 machine. It's Chris Mefford, Troy Radford, and Brian Littleton have all made their way around him. And that is the driver in 10th place, as that is your current top 10. Brian Littleton still in the tire tracks of the 94 machine. The sparks are still coming off of these cars. As we are just a little bit past the halfway point. Working lap 91 of 175. Eric Blount in the 6, pulling onto pit road. This is his first pit stop of the night. So Eric Blount, who never came down pit road through all the yellows we had, finally hitting pit lane. So we'll see if this strategy works out for him. He is going to go several laps down because of this. The 9 machine goes a lap down as well. Travis Smith in the 9, not able to keep up with the 94 Troy Radford. Smith finding himself 2 laps down now. Currently, we have 16 cars out on track. Jason Gardner in the 93. Of the cars running out on the speedway, he is currently the last one being scored. Brian Beach in 17th spot. Pulled out on lap 55. Bobby Candom in 18th. 19th going to Steve Baker, who lost his VR headset. Todd Willis scored in 20th. 21st goes to Doug Wysocki. 22nd, Gary Ragland in the 11 machine. '47 and Ray Radford having some issues here. Got up into the wall and This wasn't the only issue he had. Let's take another look here at the 47. It's Eric Blount. Tried to get to the high side. Troy Radford and Ray Radford make contact. And Brian Littleton was able to make the pass for the lead there. Troy got back into gear, got rolling, but finds himself now in third. Chris Mefford moving into second. And all that happened while we were doing a through the field. Brian Littleton and Chris Mefford sitting 1 and 2. Troy Radford now in third. So our top three, a little bit of a shakeup. And Mefford gonna smack the wall a little bit there. He sent it hard up into the corner. Gathers it back in. Troy Radford in the 94 after a little bit of contact with Ray Radford. Trying to close in on these two. Troy a little bit sideways through that corner, but gathers it back in, and we work lap 103 of 175. Chris Mefford in the 44 all over the back bumper of the 80 machine. Don't count out that 94 machine just yet. Brandon Mefford sitting in fourth. Damon Cox still in fifth. Mefford in the 44, taking a look to the inside. Brian Littleton going to have the momentum when they come off the corner. Littleton holds him off for the moment, but Mefford again staying down on that inside lane. He's got another run through the corner. Can those corner runs overcome the straightaway speed that the 80 machine of Brian Littleton has? Side by side they go, and this is going to allow Troy Radford in the 94 to close in on these two. We could have a three-car battle for the race lead here. Bruce Pearson in the 25 machine has pulled his car onto pit road, and he is going to call it a night. So Bruce Pearson out of this race. So as the drivers start to drop out, attrition really taking its toll here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Brian Littleton, your race leader. Chris Mefford in the 44, sitting in second. Troy Radford in third. Radford, even though he is in third spot, he is only 0.3 seconds behind the race leader. They are running nose to tail here. Mefford taking another peek down to the inside of Brian Littleton. That is Gordon Larson in the 01, going a lap down. He is now the first car, one lap down. That gives us 8 cars on the lead lap. These top three are setting a very torrid pace, and everyone having a difficult time keeping up with these three. Mitchell Snare, oh, contact. Brian Littleton goes around. He's going to collect the 94. Troy Radford. Brandon Mefford gets involved. Damon Cox comes around, and Troy Radford in the 94 goes up in smoke. And Chris Mefford comes away with the race lead. Brandon Mefford going to make his way into second. But that 83 machine is smoking. His night is going to be done as well. Holy cow. This race just changed all of its complexion. Let's take a look at this one here. Coming up off the corner, the 80 of Brian Littleton going to smack the wall. He crashes into the 44. Chris Mefford, Brandon Mefford, trying to find somewhere to go. collects the 94. We'll take another look at this one. Gordon Larson squeezed by. Damon Cox was able to squeeze by. And what a wild change of events that was. So several drivers hitting pit road. Damon Cox, one of them. With that being said, with this caution flag, we're going to take a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the green flag has come back out once again. Tim Lee out in front in this 22 machine. He has gained this race lead by virtue of some excellent pit stop strategy. The 22 finding himself your race leader. 43 of Mitchell Snare. Right now he is sitting in second. This caution flag has really jumbled up this field. Chris Mefford in third place. So as Mitchell Snare in the 43 tries to track down the 22 of Tim Lee, these two are getting ready to heat up this battle for the race lead. Sparks still flying off of these 87 Cup cars as they try and make something happen. Mitchell Snare taking a peek to the outside. Now he's down on the inside. Snare gonna really drive in deep down at the bottom. The battle for the lead gets hot as Tim Lee smacks the outside wall. Mitchell Snare going to make a move to the outside lane. And Tim Lee, out of shape, almost pulled onto pit road. Kicks some cones out onto the track. But your race leader now becomes the 43 of Mitchell Snare. Let's reset this field for you just a little bit here. Mitchell Snare, Chris Mefford, Brian Littleton, Derek Robinson, and Damon Cox, your top five. And then the last car on the lead lap is now the 22 of Tim Lee. Brandon Mefford, after spending some time on pit road, he is one lap down. Eric Blount also one lap down. Gordon Larson, Travis Smith, Dustin Ping, Tim Woodson, Roy Radford, Jason Gardner, and Bruce Pearson, all in that category of 1 lap down. Radford in the 94, not yet back out onto the speedway. Brandon Mefford, whose vehicle was smoking, looks like he has hammered out that damage, reconnected the oil line that caused all that smoke to come up, has gotten back out there. We'll see how long this 83 can keep going. Once those engines start smoking, they don't have long to live, as we're working lap 128 of 175. So the driver of the 43 machine, your race leader, not only your race leader, but also set the quickest time in qualifying. He works to the inside of the 9 of Travis Smith. Smith, multiple laps down. Mitchell Snare in the 43 now. Tries to work over Tim Woodson in the 40. Snare gonna go to the high side. Woodson stays down to the bottom. This race winding down very quickly. 175 laps, our scheduled distance here tonight. And your top 5 remain unchanged. It's Mitchell Snare, Chris Mefford, Brian Littleton, Derek Robinson, and Damon Cox. Cox in that 57 machine right behind the 83 of Mefford. Cox trying to find a way around as we go on board. Ooh, a little bit of contact there, but let's go ahead and do a little bit of turn it up here at Bristol. So I've been talking for the last, I don't know, 5 minutes with a muted microphone. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Derek Robinson in the 58. Chris Mefford in the 44. Gonna stack up behind the pace truck. Ryan Littleton in the 80 on the inside of row number 2. Mitchell Snare, your pole sitter, in the 43 machine on the outside of row number 2. So here we go. Derek Robinson in the 58 grabs him some throttle and gets to that early lead, but Chris Mefford in the 44 already trying to hound him, trying to put the pressure to him. We have 18 laps to go in this one. Mitchell Snare throwing his name into the hat for a driver who could win this one. But Robinson in the 58 looking for his first win of the season. Trying to outrun Chris Mefford. Mefford already has one win to his credit. Robinson missed a race earlier this year. Derek Robinson came into tonight 18th place in the point standings. But a race win would go a long way for the 58, but he's going to have to deal with another restart as the yellow comes out. I think this one is going to involve the 57 of Damon Cox. Let's take a look and see what happens here. Cox gets loose off of turn 4. Goes for a spin, smacks the inside wall, and everybody staying down to the outside. Everyone's staying to the outside. Cox staying down to the inside. Waits for the field to pass. So 13 laps to go. Derek Robinson trying to pick up his first win of this season. They'll do a little bit of a reset here. Derek Robinson in the 58, your race leader. Chris Mefford holding on to second. Mitchell Snare third. Fourth place goes to Brian Littleton. Eric Blount in the 6 machine came into tonight as your points leader. Rounding out the top 5 currently, and Brandon Mefford in the 83, who at one point his car was smoking, came down pit lane. Got that car fixed just enough to get it rolling. Now finds himself in 6th spot. He is also gained 16 spots since the drop of the green flag. We have 11 laps to go. Gordon Larson in the 01 back on the lead lap, and Damon Cox in the 57 being scored as the first car, 1 lap down. We started 22 cars here tonight. Of the 22 cars, right now we have 12 drivers out on the track. 10 drivers have found a way to leave a little bit earlier than everyone else so they can get to that, oh, I don't know, their hotel rooms, get to the hot tub a little bit quicker, get to the showers a little bit sooner. But Derek Robinson in the 58 looking to try and bring this one home for his first win of the season. Green a flag out. Chris Mefford gonna go high, wide, and handsome. The 58 machine down on the bottom, and the Chris Mefford in the 44 gonna take the race lead away from Derek Robinson. Mefford, who picked up one win earlier this season, now looking to seal the deal here on his second one. 8 laps to go. Mitchell Snare in the 43. Does he have anything for him? Mitchell, your quick time qualifiers put this car on pole and now finds himself closing in on the 44. Derek Robinson sitting in third. Eric Blount, your fourth place driver, had the fastest lap, but that time around, Mitchell Snare just took the fastest lap of the race at a 15.79. These drivers really getting after it. They are got the hammer down and trying to go for broke here as we have 5 laps to go. Chris Mefford, Mitchell Snare, Derek Robinson, Eric Blount, and Brian Littleton, your top 5. Mefford, who has gained 18 spots since this race started, gonna try and be not only the biggest mover of this race, but also the race winner. Two more times around. Chris Mefford, Chris Mefford, Mitchell Snare, Derek Robinson, Eric Blount, and Brian Littleton bringing this one home here at Bristol. Final lap, final time around. Eric Blount in the 6th, taking a move to the inside. Blount holding on to third for the moment by half a car length. He's got a good run. But Chris Mefford in the 44 comes away with the race win, and he is going to seal the deal here tonight and pick up his second win of the season. Mitchell Snare comes away second place. Third goes to your points leader, Eric Blount. Derek Robinson in fourth, and rounding out your top 5 is Brian Littleton. Go ahead and take a look at the rest of our results here tonight. Brandon Mefford finished in 6th. Gordon Larson 7th. 8th goes to Damon Cox. 9th, Dustin Ping. Travis Smith rounding out your top 10. Tim Woodson 11th. 12th goes to Jason Gardner. Tim Lee 13th. 14th, Troy Radford. 15th, Bruce Pearson. Ray Radford 16th. 17th goes to Bobby Camden. 18th goes to Brian Beach, and 19th spot going to Steve Baker. Todd Willis 20th, 21st Doug Wysocki, and Gary Ragland 22nd spot. So as the 44 celebrates his race win, let's get right into this post-race show. And Chris Mefford, you pick up win number 2 on the season here. This 44 machine really had Bristol figured out here tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely hooked up for sure. I hate to see that Steve had issues, and then I'm not sure what happened to Dustin. It just said he disconnected. But no, between them two, Mitchell and Troy, it was definitely a fast group of guys. These cars are nothing like the other cars. The fast line's on the bottom, but the most conservative line is definitely on top.
Well, this 44 machine found its way to victory lane, but it wasn't without all of the battles that you had to go through here tonight. You gained 18 spots from the drop of the green flag. Walk us through this race here tonight for this 44 Chris Mefford machine.
Well, so starting in the back, the guys actually done a really great job. I could have swore we'd have had a caution within 10 laps, but we went like 20 laps and had a minor incident. But I was just saving tires. I knew we could only have 3 extra sets and 175 laps. Is a lot of tires for these, or a lot of laps left for these tires in these heavy cars. So it was definitely a tire saving strategy. I definitely had a good long run car, and we had a good long run in there about around lap 100 or so, and the car really came to life. So me and Troy kind of battled our way through there, and then Troy had a little accident with another driver, and then Littleton got around him, and I caught up with Littleton, and he kind of snookered my line away from me. So I was trying to find a way around him, and then it looks like I watched the replay on the pit road. He got tight, smoked the wall off of 4, and clipped me, and they ended up clipping Troy. So I hate that happened to those guys. I don't know if it flattened my right front tire or not, but the next corner I would have hit the wall. But it was a good race overall. Mitchell had a heck of a run, heck of a rebound. Me and him battled nose to tail for about 30 laps there. So that was a great run by him.
All right, man. Well, the 44 comes into victory lane for the second time this season. Chris Mefford, congratulations on your race win. Any other shout outs, thank yous, I love yous, maybe I do's, or anything else you need to mention?
No I do's to you, so I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go cry.
But first off, I want to say a prayer for Katie and Mitch and all them guys. Miss Linda, I know you've heard the story. She's just one of the greatest supporters probably on iRacing, and she lost her life. But she was a great woman. She loved talking to Mitchell. I always watch the streams and see that her and Mitchell talk a lot. So that's first and foremost. Second of all, I want to keep the Wasakis also my thoughts and prayers, especially their Doug's grandkids. We all know what happened on all that stuff. So I want to pray for them guys and tell them that that I love them because Doug's our boy. Thank everybody from Falcon Motorsports. Thank you KR for broadcasting. Thanks for everybody that's watching. Hope it was a fun race. It was definitely action packed in the race car.
All right, man. Once again, nice job and congratulations on the race win.
Thank you, sir.
That is Chris Mefford, driver of the 44 machine, your race winner, getting it done here tonight. Now let's move on to the driver who finished in second place here tonight. That is the 43 of Mitchell Snare. Mitchell, you got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir.
Man, oh man, this 43 machine came into tonight, put that car on pole, and found yourself in second spot here tonight. Overall, I gotta say, that is a great race here at Bristol.
Yes, sir. I was hoping I'd catch Chris there towards the end, but I started falling off. There were a couple of wrecks during the race, but overall, it was just a great, fun race.
Well, walk us through what it takes to put this 43 on pole and then to kind of continue to do 175 laps in the last great Coliseum.
It wears you out in these things for sure. There's a lot of fighting it. You can easily spin out. It's just these are hard, fun cars at an awesome, fun track and in a great league with great people. So just had to survive and just got it done.
All right, man. Well, the 43 comes home second place here tonight, almost picking up your first win of the season. What's it going to take for this 43 to hit victory lane?
I think just riding and surviving the rest of the season. Just waiting for my opportunity.
All right, man. Well, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give here tonight for this very solid race performance you put in?
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank all my sponsors, AAA Entertainment, Visualized Media, Diecast by Bobby, and Ohio and Indiana Roofing. And of course, Mrs. Haney, she passed away earlier this year, unfortunately. She tuned into our broadcast a lot. She meant a lot to me. We talked a lot over the broadcast chat. So just thoughts and prayers going out to everybody in her family. And just hoping we can finish off the season.
All right, man. Well, nice job here tonight. You bring it home in second place. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
That is Mitchell Snare, driver of the 43 machine, bringing it home in third place. Now, let's take the moment and talk to the driver of the 6. Some of you may call him Eric. I call him Eric Blount. Eric, you got your ears on, man?
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
I'll tell you what, it's going just fine here tonight. You bring this car home in third place, and I gotta ask, points leader coming into this one, a solid third place finish here tonight. 2 races left in this season. You gonna be able to wrap this up and win the championship?
I can't call that. I mean, the competition here is second to none. We got some of the best racers on the sim in these series that we run. So I would never be premature to say I would like to win.
Well, Eric, that 6 machine had a great race going. A very long opening stint here tonight. Really a very different strategy than what all the other drivers had. What was behind all of that, and how do you feel that worked into your favor?
Well, that caution that came out just a little early. You know, I stayed out and, you know, lost a couple of spots on the restart, which I figured I'd lose more than that. And then came in, made my stop under green. That was planned. Got back out, and I almost made it. I was up to one guy before getting that lucky dog spot, and the caution came out. And we had to ride around in the next one into the next caution to get back on the lead lap. But that kink in it, and then that last caution put us right back into it. We still had a set of tires and threw them on and was able to drive the dirt.
Well, man, an outstanding drive here in that 6 machine. Eric, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the league, to you guys up in the booth that do the great job you do for us. I mean, great job, bud. And I want to give a shout out to Hardline and all my teammates, you know, because we all had a good night tonight. Gordon finished, I think, 7th, and Derek was right there behind me in 4th. So good night overall. Great night.
All right, Eric. Once again, congratulations, man. Nice job out there.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, guys. Well, that is going to wrap it up for us here tonight. Hope everyone enjoyed the show as this Lucky Finn Project 175 laid down some of the best laps here at Bristol I have seen for a while. So until next time, guys, hope you all stay safe, and I can't wait to see you next week at Rockingham. That's February 3rd for those of you who don't have a calendar, but if you don't have a calendar, it won't matter if it's February 3rd or not. So have a good night, guys, and I look forward to seeing you all next Wednesday night.